one of the ones that was most gratifying to me probably was a referral, and most agents don't like to turn down referrals because they came from usually a client or a past client. And this was a first-time buyer wanting to buy 5 or 10 acres out in the Great Plains, and this was about 30 or 40 miles east of DIA Airport, out in the middle of nowhere. She had 2 jobs, her husband had a job, she had 3 kids and had another one on the way, and they were living in a 2-bedroom apartment. And all she ever wanted to do was have 5 acres of land, live in a trailer home, and raise cows and chickens and kids. And you know, you don't get that opportunity to fulfill somebody's dreams very often. And so that was one that we did. And of course, that transaction, I think I made about $1.50 on it because the numbers were so very, very low, but it was extremely gratifying to help them achieve their dreams. Well, I chose it because I'm part of the impact team with Brandon and John and Dan. And I had worked with these guys at Keller Williams. And John and I had worked on this short sale transaction company together. So I knew these guys well anyway. And the longer that you're in any business, you discover you don't work for companies or corporations, you work for people. You work for and with people. And I really, really liked these guys. And we were having a good time and doing well at Keller Williams, but and it's a great company, but they just didn't offer all the things that we felt we should be getting. And we were growing. We were becoming pretty darn successful. And so Your Castle popped up on the radar screen with these guys and all of the people that are in Your Castle, the owners as well as all the executives. And they were really impressed. And I had worked with a few of them even back in my short sale days and making some presentations to various brokerages, and Your Castle was one of them. And I just liked the atmosphere, as these guys did. And so out of the 4 or 5 companies they thoroughly researched, they thought Your Castle was the one that could offer the most to us for what our needs are. And I said, let's do it. So once we got here, all of that proved to be very, very accurate. That's one of those things that I lay in bed at night constantly thinking about, because God knows there's no shortage of agents. There is a big shortage of very good agents, and I always want to try and be bigger, faster, stronger, and better than all those other agents out there. And one of the things I have found is you want to give before you start receiving. If I have listings that the homes are empty, I'll water their flowers outside. I will, if they're on the market a little while, which is pretty rare these days, but if they're on the market a month or so, you get little rings around the toilet because they're not being used. I'll clean their toilets for them. I may or may not even mention that to them. What you also get is neighbors that are looking and they go, "You're watering the flowers." I go, "Yeah, I do that." And that has paid back so many times in my efforts to do that. So anything you can do that's over and above. Well, first off, I would tell you I'd never try to sell anybody anything, but here's what I would do if I was on the buy side of this thing, I guess. Liberty, you're my client. So I'd say, Liberty, I may have found the perfect home for you. You've told me, let's kind of go over what your parameters are. You don't want something ticky-tacky. You don't want to be in a development that's jammed up against a whole bunch of homes. Open space was really, really important to you. And you don't mind being out in the boonies. and then you like to be just kind of funky and something different in terms of architecture, I may have the perfect home for you. Here it is. Let's go take a peek at it, okay?